Right, second time I've recorded this. Today we're going to be discussing why Igor is potentially the greatest musical story to ever be written. To begin, I'm going to give some background on Tyler, the creator. He is a artist who has did a story based multiple album concept before called the Golf Trilogy. Maybe one day I'll do it, but it would take ages because it's three albums, and I'm actually not just watch the one from Tennis Tom because it's 1 hour and 2 minutes long, and I couldn't do all that, and it's also really disturbing, and he does it well. So Taylor the Creator, if I want to explain, he's a rapper. He's been Grammy nominated. He came to fame in 2011 after making Yonkers and Kanye West shouted him out. Yeah. Back to 2019, he makes Igor. And now, right, you may be wondering what's an Igor. Well, in Frankenstein, he was the ugly scientist. He is the usual evil deuterologist of a person. However, in this case, he's actually a secondary protagonist. Uh, Overall, this album discusses love, relationship troubles, desperation, and hatred, and overall a sense of falling back in. I'm going to spoil the loop early because I'm not going to try and beat around the bush because you can probably tell what it is. Igor is a loop. Igor starts and ends at the same spot for Tyler, and it just ruins him. I would recommend after this to listen to Igor the way Taylor intends it. No distractions. First song to last song in order. Speaking of an order, Igor's theme is the first song in the album. Using the first theme being a double B. I mean not a double an EB even to strongly suggest a strong bass line, and obviously a theme that is prevalent right from the start is got my eyes open. Basically, this will be used several times to show a turning point within the story. At this point, it means literally nothing, but it will mean he's getting his eyes open to this relationship not being good. It is also stated that running around town gotta feel this way is a really way to show, even at the start, this relationship is probably going to happen again. He is going round town again with this relationship, and it is then stated that he's coming. Ha ha ha, I get it, sounds funny. But it means that Igor will be coming and he will be prevalent in making Tyler see clearly. He will, obviously, we will go back to this right at the end after we do Are We Still Friends? So to begin, we get Earthquake. The first line in it is for real, for real, for real this time, which really does set up a foreshadowing right away that this album is a loop. He is ready this time to get into this relationship. However, I should probably mention what this track actually means. Earthquake is about him finally finding some infatuation with this person who we do not know yet. He is ready for the relationship, unlike previous times. Once again, there's actually a double entendre here in the don't leave, it's my fault. Obviously, firstly, fault. It is not the other person's fault, which can actually suggest toxicity in the relationship, as Tyler's constantly blaming himself for the relationship breaking down, not his ex, which we will later find out is really just not truly the case. It is also a double entendre. If you do geography, you will know a fault is a crack in a um earthquake, which obviously title track. You will realize that it is used like this because it's a crack in the relationship. This relationship was destined to fail every single time. And then towards the end of the song, and you don't want my conversation. This is once again showing how the ex is not putting in what Tyler's putting in. The ex will just blatantly ignore Tyler's attempts at love by just brushing him off as he just goes, "You don't want my conversation." Repeated, and just that line, sorry, was got a bit flustered there. But overall, this track does really introduce the key theme of relationship repeating and Tyler's strange infatuation with his person. It leads into, I think, Now, I think is just a confession of love, and it also shows that this is a love triangle between Tyler, who's gay, a man deep in the closet, and his girlfriend. Tyler states very early on, I think, I wish you could call me by your name because I'm sorry. Call Me By Your Name is actually a movie that was released in 2017, which follows a short lived gay relationship between a, a teenager and his father's assistant. Obviously, this is really to show that obviously it is not just a normal straight relationship. Probably because Tyler himself came out as bi, and you may be wondering, so surely then maybe he's just bi. Well, he does then later state that curiosity killed the feeling gone. Tyler's character here, we'll say, because obviously Tyler's played a lot of characters, including a lot of alter egos, and then obviously in his most recent one, Tyler Bodolede, probably butchered that pronunciation. But it literally just means that Tyler has experimented sexually with boys and has caused him to have an awakening to realize that he is no longer straight. This is key later on because Tyler almost uses his own experiences as a way to try and guilt trip his lover, which obviously I haven't even spoken about the last part. I was about to move on, but obviously there's a big puppet reference before puppets actually used because he says, I'm your puppet and you're Jim Henson. If you don't know, Jim Henson is the person who made the Muppets. He was a puppeteer. He is an icon of it, basically. Tyler does not mind that the relationship is really out of his control. He just loves being with the person. Once again, another sign that this relationship was toxic. We then get our first segment or skit from Jared Carmichael, who is a comedian, and he will use and snippets from him will actually describe the themes of the next section of the album. It is stated that exactly what you run from, you end up chasing. This is sums up basically the next few songs. He's running for this man, but he's running from this relationship. However, he is going to end up chasing him back, which we will discuss more when we get to Boy Is a Gun. But firstly, running out of time. He uses spells. This is once again to hype up New Magic Wand, which obviously is probably, I think, the best song on the album. And it uses a lot of imagery and metaphors. That's number two, Drink Up, to describe how manic the Tyler's getting. But for now, we need to say the Tyler references a song about escaping slave owners by saying, Wade in your water, don't save, don't save, don't save. This is the theme that Tyler wants to drown in this person's love. He is literally calling this person water, and he is using an example of an old slave song by calling it, he does not want to wade away from this water. He does not want to leave this water. He's happy drowning in this relationship, which obviously we are going to find out isn't true. This is also the first time where Tyler will directly just say that the man is lying to himself, as he says, live it and pretend, take your mask off, stop lying, Halloween it for a minute, and several different lines. He is just directly saying to him that you are gay, stop lying to me, stop lying to yourself, stop lying to your girlfriend. You know that you want me, you do not want her, you're not attracted to her, you're just trying to keep up appearances. Something that Tyler has commented multiple times about being gay, but or bi in his case, but not wanting to come out. And then we get to New Magic Wand. This is the first song where we get a bit of Igor's perspective. Igor is a far more aggressive character. He is a big time hater of this. He is the more extreme side. If I had to compare anyone in the golf trilogy, it's a more tame Troncat. Troncat is a crazy motherfucker. Look up Troncat Taylor, the creator, for more information on that. Instantly, he is using a bit of a ironic twist, and by saying, I saw a photo, you look joyous. He is saying this very flatly and very plainly because he doesn't care that he looks joyous. He is deluding himself into believing that he is the best bet. He is the one for that person. And then he goes, my eyes are green, I eat my veggies. He is probably speaking to the boy at this stage and is trying to mask his own painful envy by just saying his eyes are naturally green. But obviously, it does come from the old Cheddar stating that your eyes are green, full of envy. And then he goes, 60, the 60/40 isn't working. He wants 100 of your time, you're mine. He does not want the split to him bullshit where he is only getting 40% of the attention, where the girlfriend's getting 60%. He wants 100% of his time. And when we get a little bit further in, you will see how mental this does get. But obviously, he wants to be found in a passenger of his car. This is a reference to 911 Mr. Lonely, where in Fireboy, we'll just describe Fireboy a little bit, it discusses crippling loneliness. He wants to be found shotgunner. He wants to be found shotgun on his car. He doesn't want to be lonely, he wants to be with him. What we have learned in these first four songs is that Tyler is deeply in love with this person, but the boy doesn't feel the same because he's too focused on his ex. And then he puts almost a magic wand in his own hand. The magic wand is a gun. New magic wand. And he repeatedly uses spells, something that is key in running out of time, but obviously does not make sense at that stage. Obviously, I forgot to mention Jason. No, not Jason. Jared Carmichael's musical skit this time is sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window, and this is manipulated almost twistedly, and he has to kill this girl to get what he wants. He is obviously at this stage insanely manic, because he then goes, she's going to be dead. Yeah, I just got a magic wand. We can finally be together. He is putting an ultimatum. I'm going to kill her, then we're going to be together. This is almost disturbing. This is almost stuff you would have saw in old Tyler. He is putting his lover in a situation where he now needs to pick a side, and if you don't, I'll pick you both. Murder She Wrote. Now, Murder She Wrote is a old TV whodunit crime show, usually following murder from a perspective of an old crime novelist called Angela, I think. She is going to kill both of them if he doesn't get what he wants. Obviously he doesn't do this because this is no Tyler, but it is blunt, and he goes under oath like he is by God telling him, "You say to me right now, you want me or you want her, and you can die by her or you can come with me." He then repeatedly goes, "Bust through the door, no mask, no need for mask, bust through the door, take a shot like retirement. I admit you looked concerned." He has confessed what he wants to do. He is There's no need for him to walk in because he's just gonna go shoot her dead. He's not gonna mask up his relationship. He's gonna go in, shoot her, while Tyler's boyfriend, or like we'll say at this stage, sort of like male mistress, looks concerned because he is starting to think that Tyler is going to actually fully commit with murdering. However, desperation does pull on at certain points, as he does repeatedly say, "Please don't leave me now. Please don't." He is desperate. That is why he is going to go to the proverbial extreme here of murder to try and retain this relationship, because he is desperate to keep it. And then obviously he lives life with no fear, except for the idea that one day you won't be here. Also supports that he is just mental for this boy. He does not want to be anywhere without him in a relationship, which really, really goes separate when you get the boy as a gun, where it is marked with an asterisk because this is a turning point of the album. Tyler is finally starting to get some mental clarity after finally fully losing it in New Magic Wand, he is starting to realize that this relationship isn't so good. He uses Bound, a song that Kanye West also samples, and I believe Jesus. That I don't think it exists. I think it is actually, no, I'm wrong. Where it is a turning point for his character, where he realizes that the girl he has is good for him and he's to abandon his party lifestyle. Taylor has a similar epiphany using the same sample, where he says, this boy is no longer good for him. He needs to move on. And obviously, he goes, no, don't shoot me down. Tyler's starting to see that him being in a relationship is quite literally shutting him down, and he's starting to accept that the boy isn't worth it. This can be triggered by him quite getting invited to breakfast, and as Tyler says it, you invited me to breakfast, why the fuck's your ex here? He is now enraged at the boy, because the boy wants to have a sit down. He thought that this would be the admittance that he will be finding, he will be getting this love, but his ex is there, and this angers Tyler, because we can assume at this stage the boy has told Tyler that they had split, so that's why he's so confused. Let's see if you're around to God this time next year. He's assuming that the boy's going to come back next year and ask him again, and also could be a reference to homosexuality in church, how it's strongly disallowed. Will he finally embrace that he might be gay to go to Tyler this time next year? But then, once again, really does not help him when he just goes, you're my favourite garçon, don't leave, stay right here. No, I want you right here as well. Because he is still desperate to hold on to this relationship, but that event is finally starting to trigger enough because I'm leaving you alone. But the irony is, I never want to see you again. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck away from me. I don't. Oh man, right, I'm rough on here. Right, we'll just go. Obviously, he says, "Stay the fuck away with me." As in, you do not go near me now. This is over, and this is where Carmichael's quote of exactly where you run, exactly what you run from, you end up chasing, comes in, because this is directly, and I mean directly contrasted by the next song in, obviously, the album Puppet, where the first words is, I want to talk, I want to call you and talk. He is still holding on to a small sliver of hope, and after chasing him away, he's now running for him. Because exactly what you run from, you end up chasing. He now really wants this relationship. He is begging now for him to come back. It will all be grand again. They will love each other. He literally goes, do you need bread? Do you need this? Do you need a hug? This is obviously just purposeful subversion. It is just head. He is desperate. He will do anything to keep his relationship, including sexual acts. He just wants this relationship to stay on hold. And then Kanye West, yes, because he's on this album, because they have been friends since Kanye shouted out Youngers, goes, you're lost, son, and you've been trying to find your way to me. That's the little voice in his head. Tyler's lost in this relationship now. He doesn't know what he wants. And now he is finding his way to this clarity, which is cleared up in the end skit. But at some point, you come to your senses. Tyler has now came to his senses. He realizes that this relationship is not good for him. It's not good for anyone involved. And the last instance of Igor actually being on it, in What's Good comes on. I don't get anxiety, you Sam Boyce ass. I can't say that word. I just get my mic on. Now this isn't really relevant. And I don't really explain public, but it just shows how desperate he is to keep the relationship. What's Good is just him exploding in an argument. How the fuck do you cry with a mic on? The man is giving Tyler room the argument and he's now just letting loose on him. I don't get anxiety, you Sammy Boyce ass. Can't say that word. I just get my mic on. This is a reference to the NBA draft of, I believe, 1986, where Sammy Boyce got a drafted ahead of Michael Jordan. Sam Boyce ended up becoming one of the worst draft picks ever due to constant injuries and a bad anxiety disorder. But we all know Michael Jordan's one of the goats of the NBA. He is thriving now in the arguments and the confidence. He is confident now. He knows that he wasn't the first pick, but he's going to be better than his girl. Further on, now, I didn't tell you, motherfucker. He is scaring the listeners straight. Igor is directly speaking to the audience. He now is in control. He knows this relationship isn't good anymore. And this is used by I got my eyes open. I told you we would go back to it. He has his eyes open to know this relationship is no longer good for him. He is angry at it. He's annoyed because I see the light. He sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Isn't it the relationship? Isn't that good for him? Therefore, he will move on as a better person. And once again, what was commentary? Carmichael finishes off what we're going to see in the last three songs. I don't know what's harder, letting go or just being okay with it. Gone, gone, thank you is. No, it's wrong. It's actually I don't love you anymore. Just literally sums it up. He does no longer loves this man. You have wasted my time and my heart because I don't love you anymore. That's really it. It just is a commission of non-love. However, Gone Gone Thank You is different. Gone Gone, I believe it actually, no, it doesn't, it starts on Gone Gone. CeeLo Green sings it, and he is he is just saying, my love's gone, and that's a double entendre. Not only is his lover gone, his love is gone as well. My love's gone, my love's gone, is repeated throughout because his love and mental part is gone. I just hope that God, you got good taste. Put you on some shit you never seen. Play the songs you ask for, just those you can't compare to me. We find out that he's picked a girl. He has now eventually, the man himself has picked a girl. And now Tyler is scarred for life because of how shite the relationship is. However, Carmichael interjects again. I hate wasted potential because that shit's soul crushing. And then we get the thank you. He is thanking him for the joy, thank you for the love, but now I never want to fall in love again. He is done with love because he has ruined it. However, from Gone Gone almost contradicts this by saying, my building got torn down because of your new tenant. He still loves him, but this new lover has torn down their relationship like a bulldozer literally tearing down a building because of a new tenant. So I gotta pop some new shit. So thank you for peace. So peace. Can we start again? Or can we do it over even? This foreshadows Are We Still Friends? Which we will speak about soon because there's still some more thank you um contradictions. Well, not contradictions, but points. Thank you, he seems grateful, but he still seems bitter. And he makes the biggest error possible in Are We Still Friends? He rekindles because he doesn't want to end the season on a bad episode. He has made the decision to try and keep friends because he doesn't want the friendship to end. Even it is very childish language. No more goodbyes. Smells you later. He is no longer going to be on and off. He wants commitment, and it is something that the boy clearly gives him. As Gone Gone Thank You ends in a BB lyric, and Igor's theme starts in an EB. Now, according to musical notation, a BB is complemented by an EB because Igor is a loop. Igor or Tyler is now destined to re-find love and get hurt because, and there's even just direct references to this. Like, as I did state it, let's see if you're around to God this time next year. He is referencing that this relationship's happened before, that see if you're still holding up his facade next year. Earthquake, for real this time. He is reassuring himself that this is going to be the one. He will make the love. And I think I'm falling in love. I think this time it's for real. He thinks fully throughout this album, it was gloating at you that this relationship has happened before because he is living through the same mistakes. Truly, the only way for Tyler to win would be to just let go. If it ended on Gong Gong, it would have ended perfectly. Because despite being bitter, he let go. However, we get the Are We Still Friends where it ends on Are We Still Friends? Can We Be Friends? This is why Igor is personally the greatest story album ever. It is able to convey a message of love, hurt, betrayal, and an endless triangle perfectly while not needing the three albums including multiple songs like the Golf Trilogy did. It is arguably Tyler's best album, subjectively it is, and obviously it really does show, especially if you watch some of the videos, to why Tyler should be a video producer, because some of it's high level. Overall, Igor is one of the most unique concept albums I've ever listened to because it goes through so many different states. The characterization of Igor, because we see Igor's face on the cover, which will probably be inappropriate to speak about. It's an ugly, distorted face because it's an ugly side of his personality. Igor is aggressive, he's manic, he's angry because he's Tyler's bad side. And I've already discussed this, obviously, that Tyler's Troncat, it's the same as Tyler's Igor. Because everyone's Igor in a way. If a relationship happened the way it happened with Tyler, you'd feel the same way. However, it's presented uniquely. Many albums that would have followed this would have just been streamlined. However, Igor basically tells you the plot. If, like, say for example, Taylor Swift an album like this, there'd have been Three Hours of Love and then the breakup. There is two songs about the split properly happening, and that's it. We don't even get confirmation of the they end on good terms because they end up still being friends. So it's a very open-minded ending because it's supposed to Tyler's a fool because Tyler keeps on falling into the same pitfall. He shouldn't go back, but he does because exactly what you run from, you end up chasing. So that at the time a relevant line from Carmichael ends up being the most important line in the album, I believe, because he'll end up running away from this relationship before chasing it again. So I hope you enjoyed this third episode of the Pcast. I don't know when we'll be back again, but all you need to know is I hope you enjoyed.